I'm hitting the button.
Okay,
All right,
well.
we are live. Hello, hello. We have got an action-packed, fun panel for you today
Yeah.
on this Monday night, ladies' night. We have the beautiful Brianna from Blacklist. Is that Jared? Hi, Jared. We got Lara Stevens from What a Girl. What is it? What a Girl Wants in Recovery.
What recovery girls need in recovery?
Yes. And we got Jennifer. Here, let's see. I'm going to make sure I got this on public. If you guys are catching this, drop where you are watching from. Let me see here. Privacy, public, change.
You made a comment. Is it Lara?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll dress like this in my house, but I won't leave the house like this. I wish I would have confidence like Jamie does.
And her right. Your house like that. You perfect.
Hey girl, I'm not. I think it's cute. You look great, but I walk around and
Yes.
then I do lives every morning, and I am in my nightgown. But all they can see is from here up, but you can tell it's a nightgown.
When I ran up to
She's very early readings.
When I ran up to the store to grab water, Jared's seen what I had on under my sweater, and he's like, "I'm surprised you left the house." I'm like, "No."
Oh shit! And then we say that. No, you look beautiful, girl. Don't even think that. No resentment's caught, okay? I love you guys already.
Hello, Tanya from Ohio. So yeah, we just had Mother's Day. So we were talking about Mother's Day. Let's see. How'd you guys have how was your Mother's Day?
Go ahead,
Joe. Mine was good. I worked.
Mine was good. I worked.
Mine was
I got a Victoria's Secret card. I could go get me some big draws from somewhere,
Yes. Victoria's Secret doesn't have big draws.
He's here recently.
I don't know what I'm gonna wear them for, but I'm gonna get them.
They changed that they carry in store.
They did what?
They changed the sizes that they carry in store.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Down a size. Let's say like before they carry up to like size 40 bras. Now it's only up to size 38.
Oh my God! Yeah, I can't wear anything at Victoria's Secret.
And I just
so they're downsizing.
No.
I go to Torrid. Okay, Torrid is good for me. They have the best sizes. Like, and it don't even make me feel bad. It says 4, so a 4 fits me. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't even have the line. It's just 4.
Right. Instead of 14. Right. That's awesome. Yeah, and Jamie's over there saying nothing.
Not all our comments.
Thank you, I love you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through the comments here. I'm the worst person to be in charge of the comments.
Oh no.
If I put a laptop in from our StreamYard, I'd help you, but Jared's using to upload our episodes.
It's okay. So yeah, I really wanted to start this ladies panel because I think it's really important in this season that we are encouraging and uplifting and gathering the ladies and just kind of like, talking about real stuff. And guys, you can be on here also, but this is mostly for ladies. So brother Jew, you can hang out with us for sure. Brother Jew has an awesome YouTube channel. He spotlights different pathways and people in recovery and things like that. So
awesome. We need that.
He was calling me trying to find out where we were.
Oh.
Okay.
Jamie,
So
yes.
Can I ask y'all? So, because I've never met, I know Jamie obviously, and she's come on and told her story with me. When was y'all's sobriety date, and what was y'all's DOC, if y'all don't mind me asking?
Oh, Mine was methamphetamines, cocaine, alcohol, and men.
Ah, sounds like me. Check, 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 check. Check,
Men.
check.
Men.
Yeah. Well, I say all the time in my group, my GOC was a man. Yeah.
Mm.
Love is the worst drug.
Mm,
My
yeah.
spread date is 22720, and what I was addicted to were opiates, but I abused opiates, but I used anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
had to constantly have those opiates, though. I would use anything you put in front of me.
Right, 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 right. I never did heroin, but my sobriety date's 9/1/20, and I would do anything. I wasn't really a downer girl because I would pass out, and then I would have men that would mess with me in my sleep. You know what I mean? So I just became a speed freak and didn't sleep. I
Yep.
used to say I hadn't slept since 1998, and it was the truth. You know, oh my God,
Not
I'm mortified about
1998.
this.
I'm still.
Yeah, 1998. Well, I've been, yeah.
Wow.
But Jamie, how long? What about you, Jamie?
Mine is July 20th, 2015, when I became free from the addiction of Roxy's and meth.
Oh God, what a combination!
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's like a speedball, right? Is that
Yeah,
what they
I
call
didn't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do them together, but
it? Oh, you didn't do them together like
no.
a shoot. I in that. What is a speedball? Is meth and coke together, right? I
No,
don't
it
know.
was
I
like
never.
coke and heroin, I think.
Oh, see, I never did the needle, but it's a very end of my addiction. I was hanging out with people that were, making me pull over to Walgreens to get a rig or whatever you call them, and I mean, I can remember the thought floating by in my head, going, well, maybe I should see what the big deal is. Thank God
Mm-hmm.
I got sober.
That's
Anyway,
what.
I was just curious. I'm proud. I'm proud of anybody that's found themselves in recovery. It's a beautiful thing,
Um,
and
Amen.
I love what Jamie's doing.
Saying no to certain substances, like people, like I would be withdrawing from opiates, and somebody would put something in front of me. I'd be like, no, I can't.
Oh right,
No, I
yeah.
can't. I mean, like I won't pass that line. And I started thinking, I'm like, bitch, why won't you pass that line, but you'll pass this line?
Right.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
And that started making the hamster going in my head, like maybe all of it should be a hard line for you.
Yeah, I quit like different things. It was weird. Like started off like just like weed and cocaine, and then that went to crack, and then I quit that like on my own. Like, and I never touched it again. Like, I despised it. I was just like, that's it. I don't care. Even if I have nothing, I will not do that. And then went to like pain pills, but I actually like quit Roxy's like before I went into sober living. Like, I would do them like because I think it was like I got so sick of detoxing, having to do the you know,
Right.
and thank God I could never get heroin. So I mean, I think I may have tried it a couple times, but I don't even know if it was real or not. And yeah,
Yeah.
but that meth, like that was like my clutch, like
Oh
having
God, me
like
too.
that pipe. And
Yeah.
I even quit like shooting it, but I couldn't stop like
Oh,
the smoking, like just like doing this
it was like a
over.
ritual. Like
The insanity
Yes.
part for me with the methamphetamines was the snorting part. I would snort it, knowing it hurt and it
oh
was
yeah.
painful, and oh my God,
Do you know the
I
first
I would have to hold my eye and
Oh I
Making me
know.
want to hold my
I would
eye.
keep doing it
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like so
with
much
my
fun,
eye,
doesn't it?
and I would cry after I snorted it, but I would go and snort another line 5 minutes later. That is such insanity. That's true insanity. Like,
somebody gave me
Uh,
diet,
torture
and I
yourself
went in the
just to get
bathroom
high.
and thought I knew what to do. And I came out, I had crushed it and tried to sniff it, which was so hard to try and do. And I come out of the bathroom and I'm like, why do you guys do that? Like, what in the world? And I told them I did. They were like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. And I was like, well, thanks for telling me. Now
Yeah.
my nose feels like it's gonna,
wow.
my eyes are gonna pop out of my head.
Yeah.
God.
Oh
That
my
drives me
goodness.
crazy. Uh-oh, there's your
Yes.
question. I can't see that.
Oh, I forgot about those. I haven't done those in a hot minute.
Oh,
Wow.
what's
I
Brandy?
forgot
What's
those
Brandy?
I
existed.
can never figure that out.
What's Brandy saying?
She said the
Meth
meth pipe
pipe
was more
was
addicting
more
to me than
addicting.
when doing hot
Yeah.
rails.
Oh God, I hated those. People love those, and those were too much. That was
So
weird
much
to me. I
work.
don't know. Well, yeah, I'd rather just eat it, or
What's it
I don't
good?
know.
My nose.
The whole thing is mortifying to me
Yes.
today. I told a story
Mm-hmm.
in my I told a story in my group one time. I mean, it got so bad. It was like we bought. It is actually literally, it was a real piece of glass, like from a window, right? And I can remember I went over to this girl's house. I was drunk because alcohol was my gateway. And I just, had to have something right there. I was like salivating. And we got that, right? And I was going to crush it up and do no, we would put it in the pipe. It started bouncing like a marble. I mean, could you imagine if it would have bounced out and hit me in the eye? So then I was like, this is a fucking piece of window glass. And we were like, you know what? I think you're right. I was over there like, like carving it
Oh
in the side of the wood,
no.
right? But guess what? We tried to snort it anyway. It was like,
Insanity.
Holy shit.
Insanity. Now look, Brandy
then
said
we called him and said we wanted another 20. That one was cool. That wasn't it. We wanted, and oh my God, that wasn't that long ago either. Thank you, Jesus, for the courage to change, right?
yes. Now Brandy says it was my way to take it or put it in my butt. Now boofing. Let's
Oh,
this. Yes, I've done that a couple
oh
times
my
now.
God, no. I'm not
Um,
really. Oh my God.
Jennifer said you
I've
can
never
put more
done
than
that
just
one.
penis in
Okay,
there.
never done
Oh
that.
my God.
Um, we
It only
we
happened once,
act
damn
um no, but really we actually encourage that for people, in like harm reduction, you know what I mean, rather than like shooting up people who are in active use, we say, hey, listen, you can do it this way instead of,
Oh my gosh.
IV. So that's part of like the harm reduction deal,
it.
that we do out here in Athens, is just try to educate people on the safest ways to
What, so
use. If you're gonna use, be
you
safe
tell them to put it in the butt instead? Are you
instead of
serious?
shooting.
Oh my God. Is that better though?
It's
I
it's
don't
harm.
know.
It reduces the harm
I,
that they would overdose.
I mean, I know somebody's tried to put cocaine in my butt before, and I was like, hell no. I'm
The
surprised I said no.
like 5 to 10 years ago, but the teenagers were soaking on vodka and putting them in their butt.
They
Oh
were they
man.
were doing what?
They were soaking the tampons in vodka and then
Oh,
in their butt.
Who was doing that?
yes,
What?
yes. This.
Just the teenagers were doing it, but
That's
Mm-hmm.
got to be terrible for you. Like,
Yes, actually,
Now
we are doing some
I've seen a
education
girl.
on that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
really? What? Well, I've
Yes,
never heard that.
because
Did they?
because somebody died from it. This boy died from it. Because we
Uh-huh.
have, we deal with a lot of the universities, education in the universities. So, yeah,
In the
it's
tampon,
pretty
stuff into your butt.
serious. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess like the way that they look at it is, they could be around their family and do that. You don't smell the alcohol on their breath,
Mm-hmm.
but
And
it's,
you don't take in the calories.
yeah.
Oh, no. It's a smart
Don't
about it.
encourage them.
Yeah, right.
It's better than odds.
Oh, I don't see it yet. She could.
Don't do what we say, do what we do.
No,
Yes, yes. We're just talking.
We're
This is
kidding.
unfiltered. This is
We'll
unfiltered,
scratch that
ladies.
comment.
Ladies'
Unfiltered
night.
ladies' night. God help you. Hey, Geraldine. I love Geraldine. Fun. I love you, and I love you. That's my sister-in-law on there.
Oh, hi. We love
so
family.
I have a question for you ladies. I'm gonna
She's
run down
used to my mouth.
it, but do you feel guilt around Mother's Day? Like I have my kids, I have 4.5 years clean, But I also have a 13-year-old that lives with her father. Her father won't let her talk to me. I haven't seen her in almost 2 years. We text,
Oh,
like she'll steal her stepmother's phone and text me. And I know
oh,
back right
God.
I'll answer because she's got to delete the messages and stuff like that. I feel guilty. Even though he's the one that's doing this, I still feel guilty because I'm not there for her. So it like sucks. Like
Right.
Mm,
I'm really happy, but it's also sad. You know,
Right.
yeah.
ever feel that way?
And it's such a powerless feeling because there's like nothing
Right.
like you can do about it. I mean, you could call and throw a fit, but that would go back on her, right? And she would
Uh,
get in trouble, you know?
don't I?
So,
I'll mail
I
her.
say give it. I say give it time and just keep leading by example, and before you know it, you'll be seeing her. I really, the longer that you stay in your sobriety, and they know it, and
Well, see,
God has a plan. You know what I'm saying? That's what you
I
just
didn't.
have to. You have to trust the process and keep doing what you're doing.
I didn't lose
Right?
of her because of my substance use. That was never brought up in court. The courts never even knew that I had a substance problem until I got a DWI with my kids in the car. My
Oh
oldest
shit.
wasn't in the vehicle with me, but that's when everything spiraled in court,
mm,
and
Right.
started
It's
letting
the age.
less and less until it just stopped.
Yeah. Bless
So
your heart.
uh,
The
like I'm
answer to the question is yes. I have mom guilt from hell, but my sponsor says don't do that because next thing you know, you have pour me another drink. Suffering is or misery is optional at this point in my life. So just wake up and just remember that I am leading by example for my children. And one day, my daughter's in federal prison, and your daughter's not in federal prison, but she's being away from you, and it might feel a little like that, probably for both of y'all because y'all are away from each other.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, she wants to be with you.
oh
She's
yeah.
just caught in the middle at 13, and I know that's a guilt
mhm.
thing too. So I feel for you. I will start crying any minute, any given minute. I feel for you, and my answer is just give it time and keep don't cry and keep leading by example.
All right. I have a little about it. I just took allergy meds, having the fever.
Oh, okay.
So my eyes are so itchy right now.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
mine were red as hell about 2 days
Like,
ago. It was the
I'll,
worst. It was like, "Are you okay?" I looked in the mirror. I was like, "Dang."
I send her stuff on. I send her edible equipment. I DoorDash her food. Like I'm
Turn off
constantly
the.
Oh,
sending stuff so she knows I'm thinking of her. I don't know if she gets it or if she does, if she knows it's from me. I think she does know it's from me, like deep down
sure, sure
inside.
she does.
But I
Yeah.
mean, just piss them off too. I know it irritates them. I absolutely know that it irritates them. That I'm
Well,
not.
they should let that go. I don't condone anybody keeping their kids away from their parents.
right.
Even if they're
Same.
shitty or what. I mean, a phone call. How hard is it to say, "Here's your dad, here's your mom"? Whether they're a piece of shit, homeless, strung out, whatever. A kid needs that.
Uh,
Know that they're being thought of, and I don't understand why people do that because it's not their right. It's not if you're the parent and you're the
Yeah.
child, y'all should be the only one, especially at 13. She knows,
I was
right?
Mhm.
sober before the DWI happened. It was a slip up of drinking. I was with the wrong people. I made a poor choice. It
I
wasn't
can
like it.
honestly say that
Go ahead, Jennifer.
I've never experienced my kids, but and family members had them. My sister-in-law, and it's when they needed to because I was fucking up and couldn't get it together, and I'll be
Uh,
so mad at them, like, damn it, you my kids, but they're like, no, get your shit together, and now I'm grateful for it because I got my shit together. Like if they wouldn't have never like put their foot down and be like, stop, I would have never be the
and
person I
that's
am
Mhm.
like
today. So
he won't see it this way. GCFS, whatever we call it, CPS here.
Yes.
2 children that I have full custody of and live with me and were with me when I got my DWI, I didn't lose custody of them. They were never taken out of my care when that happened. They were never taken. CPS seen that it was, just a slip up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know why he can't see it that way.
Well, he's probably using it as a pawn to get to you. You know what I mean?
maybe he's just
Men
trying to
have
do
a
it
men.
like he's being spiteful.
Exactly.
Spiteful. Yeah.
Men, not a lot of men do that. I mean, a lot of men do it, and they're doing it, and they do it. They keep the kid over the mom. I
He's
see
trying
it
to hurt
time
you
and
at this
time again.
point. Like,
Now, speaking of kids too, Jamie, how's your son doing with his job?
Oh, he only had a job for like one day.
What?
Yeah, no, he didn't. No, he didn't keep it. But we worked something out. He's doing the sheets for my business, for my massage business. So that saves me like $400 a month. So that
There you go.
so that's his
There
part
you
of the rent.
go.
Yes.
$100 a week. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's good.
Yeah. But he is starting school. I will say that he signed up for school for welding. So I
That's
think
good.
he starts in a
Woo.
couple weeks. So
How old is he?
almost 20.
But mine's 20. I have a 20-year-old. He works for his dad. He has a very successful roofing business, and he seems to be doing great. He's a sweet young man. I'm blessed because I was so scared when I had a son because both of my grandparents, my brother, my cousin, a lot of my cousins were all alcoholics. I was very scared, and I prayed a lot about we waited to find out if it was going to be a boy or a girl till he was born. We didn't know, and he came out, and I kept just saying, well, if it's a boy, please God, don't give him the addiction. And he doesn't he doesn't have it because now he didn't even know I was an
Mm.
addict. I came out of the closet 2018, and I mean he knows now. But yeah, his friends are all in college, and they're his dad has money, so he hangs out with kids that have parents have money. You know how it goes. And they're all doing cocaine and shit at these frat parties and things like that. And Dylan will go and they come home for the weekends and they're all starting to dabble into the cocaine. And, I did a little college here and there at that age, but I'm thinking about when I started, the fun times. Remember when we were young? We started doing the cocaine, the parties and the the beer games and beer pong and he's just like he says he gets up and he leaves. So thank God. I believe in the power of prayer. I prayed on that one a lot
Hmm.
that he would not have the addiction gene. Now he does vape, but hey, that's better than a crack pipe. Okay? Better than a
Absolutely.
crack. Right. So
girl, I'm
I'm
so glad
blessed
my
on
kids
that.
aren't on that shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Whew.
no doubt. No doubt.
Did you guys see when the Elf bars got taken off the shelf because they were testing positive for fentanyl?
No, I did
Oh my
not.
No.
God.
The Elf bars got taken down because they were testing positive. It was around Thanksgiving.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Remember?
That that shit's some badass shit. I can't
Can you
believe that.
imagine that
I'm
though?
so thankful.
This is my first time hearing it,
Yeah.
period.
Like, can you imagine that though? Like working in that factory and
Uh,
putting fucking fentanyl in it? Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, the people are just so terrible, evil. There's so many evil people out there in the world. I was
did they
watching.
all go to
I
jail?
I don't know if they found out who it was or anything like that. I just remember
Oh
seeing
my God.
that they were pulled off the shelf.
I mean, they wanted to make sure that nicotine was really addicting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh.
Yep, they were testing positive. So
That is
Like hit the
wild.
vape
I
and go
did
to sleep.
not know that. Yeah, right. Go to sleep. I know. I know it makes me want to test my son's. He does the THC vapes from like the store. But man,
Uh-huh.
he'd be like going to sleep and like not like what is in that, you know?
He might be doing. There's one that's called indica. Then they call it in the couch. Like,
Mm.
it makes you go to sleep. Maybe so. I don't know. I used to. I don't know. Like I said, I hadn't slept since 1998.
Yeah,
Lord, somebody's asking a question, y'all. What's the worst thing? What is the worst thing you feel like you all have lost in your addiction? What is the worst thing you feel like you have lost in your addiction? That's from
time.
Kayada. Kayada? Hi.
I think
What
time.
is the worst thing? Yeah, right? I've
Kenyatta.
lost
mm,
my.
Kenyatta
Hmm.
Scarlet.
Like I'm grateful for where I am and what I've accomplished, but I
I've
Yes.
lost my family.
I can only imagine what more I could have done if I didn't lose all that time.
yeah, I would say for sure like the trust and like respect of my family, really. Like, because I mean, I still have issues, with, you know, my daughter still lives with my mom, you know what I mean? And that's great. She's living her best life. But I feel like it's that trust and like, you know,
Yeah.
How old is your
so
daughter?
she's 14.
So you want her to live with you? You'd love for
I
her to
mean,
live with you?
I would have to move where they live, because
Um,
she's like a cheerleader at her high school. I mean, she's like beautiful and socialite and boy crazy and has a million friends. So,
right,
I would never take her, like
right.
she lives like an hour away. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe someday if I can ever get out of debt, then I can move.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, but it was the trust thing. It took my mom about 5 years to kind of like open up her arms and be like, okay, like, well, you can come move back in the house, with Dominic and Delilah and me. But at that point, I had like my own townhouse. Like, I was like, I don't know if I want it.
Right.
Plus, it was my old stomping grounds, is where she lives. So I was kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's. Plus I have my business here and all the recovery centers I work with are out here. So,
Right. I bless
yeah.
you. You're doing an amazing job, by the way. I love what you're doing, Jamie. Love it.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Just try to stay as
And
involved as I can.
right, I'm going to speak at the Austin Transitional Center tomorrow night. I went last time with my sponsor, and so I'm going actually by myself. I kind of volunteered today, and then I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to go by myself." So y'all pray for me tomorrow because I usually have somebody go with me. A lot of guys in there, and I get intimidated by guys. So I'm hoping my man will get off and go with me. He actually went with me last time with my sponsor, and it was good though. I was surprised I wasn't as nervous as I thought. But yeah. It's pretty good. I would have never thought my life would be the way it was. Like I said, I was an addict for 37 years. I mean, I didn't only got clean because my daughter called me a drug addict. So I don't know if she would have ever said that if I would still be going right now. I probably would have had a heart attack by now, or got some
Mm,
fentanyl, or God knows, because the shit is I've probably had 5 people close to me since I got sober that I didn't even know did fentanyl that died from fentanyl.
wow.
And I don't even know if they knew that they were doing fentanyl. I mean, we would never know because they're dead. Who
Right.
do you ask? Who do you ask?
Right.
So yeah, I had one girl die that We had to wait for the autopsy. I was floored that she was going on a cruise the very next day. Had it paid for, planning it, and dead. She was like 46.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make the cruise.
Wow.
I
So
know.
I want to mention tonight, Jamie. You know that I went and did my testimony at the church tonight, um, in front of a whole bunch of people, and the sheriff of Paulding County. And well, he's running, but he's been the deputy there or chief deputy of the Paulding County Sheriff's Department for years, and he spoke before me, before everybody, and was he's spoke about recovery and this year there has only been 2 overdoses compared
Wow.
to
Wow.
the other years. How like it's getting lesser and lesser, and he thinks it's because of Celebrate Recovery and because of people like us and what we do for the community and for recovery programs. So he thinks that it's actually working, and people are actually getting it together
Wow.
because here it is May, and there's only been 2 overdoses in a huge county like Paulding County. So I just wanted to share that with y'all.
That's amazing. I was just at the gym earlier and I was looking up at the screen and it was talking about New York and I found it very interesting. All the murder, everything has gone down but except assaults. Everybody's beating each other up in New York. I thought it was very odd. Like murders, traffic tickets,
Why?
accidents, but they said all the misdemeanor assaults had gone up, and I was like, wow.
What's going on,
I,
Brianna? What's going on in New York?
We're all
yeah,
angry.
they had some lady going, well, I just don't make eye contact with anybody
That was
anymore.
in New York.
We're all getting pissed off.
Yeah, a lot of road rage and things like that. Bless her heart.
Mm,
Well, yeah, that was. I just thought it interesting, but murder and everything was what everything was down, but the assault. So,
wow.
yeah, don't drink the water, Brianna.
Uh,
I tell people that there's something in the water out here.
Right?
There's something in the water.
so, is there which part exactly are you in New York?
So it's called, some people call it upstate, it's western. We're like 2 hours from the Canadian border.
Okay.
Oh, you're right by Brandy. Brandy's on here. She's one of my moderators. She actually has her own Facebook group, Welcome to Recovery, and she's in Canada.
I can't go to Canada. Yeah, we're right between Buffalo and Rochester.
Why can't you go to
Yeah,
Canada?
we can't go to Canada either.
Because my felony DWI.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if felonies kept you. I didn't know. I've never been to Canada, and I didn't know that you couldn't go there.
5 years from my date.
I don't even think you can't even have like a speeding ticket in Canada.
No, there's a lot of stuff that you can't get into Canada about. But I have to wait 5 years for my plea date and take a criminal rehabilitation course that costs $500, and then I can go to Canada.
Hey, Rita.
What?
And I'm gonna do it.
Somebody, Rita saying hey from
I wonder what they would do if you go in
Indiana.
Canada with the.
I know, like, what is so great about Canada? Like, what they got going on there?
Well, they have free
I want to go
medical
on
for sure.
vacation. I want to try.
They have you free insurance. Number one, they treat their citizens
Debbie, you go with me? You want to
way
go to
better than the
Canada?
United States.
Well, have you heard about that though? Even though the healthcare is free, it's forever to get into a
Yeah.
doctor.
Oh well,
Mm,
yeah. Oh no, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Call a doctor for an emergency appointment.
Yeah, because everybody. Yeah, that makes sense. They probably don't have enough employees. Dang, I never thought about that. So you got to make it 2 year. Your 2 year, you got to make it like that day for the next 2 years.
that's
Wow.
crazy.
Yes.
So,
Jamie, you want me to read these things that are coming up?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Rita says hi Rita, I recognize that name. I thought it is a non-violent crime. You can get approved to go. Is it non-violent, Brianna?
so I think it's because it's a DWI.
Oh,
I think the DWIs are different, and it's a felony. I think the felony kind of affects it.
did you get
Mm.
a child endangerment?
Yeah,
With the that's why.
the Leandra's
That's
law.
probably why. Yeah, bless your
Mm.
heart. I'm sorry that happened. That sucks.
It was my
That's
choice.
hard to
I'm
that's
just
hard to work through. I know, but it's hard to work through. That's a lot of work to get through. But, although, I mean, we all know we can get through it. It's just a lot of work, a lot of mental
so I look
there.
for lining and everything, and it's been the extra accountability.
Yeah.
I had
Mhm.
CPS called for a year. I was on drug court for a year. I'm on
Yeah.
probation for 5 years. I never failed any of my drug court screens.
Right.
I got off CPS in
Drug
the year.
court is only for a year up there.
I only had to do it for a year. I don't know how
Okay.
long it normally is, but I was only assigned to it for a year while I was under CPS supervision.
Mm.
Yeah.
So now I'm on probation
That's
too,
a
like
lot.
extra accountability for
I
me.
think down here is for
And
2.5 years, if I'm
extra to
not
help keep
mistaken.
it
They
on and
drag
let
them
me
here.
know like you are doing a good job, like reinforcing my thoughts, just reminding me, like you're doing a good job.
So that's kind of like why I stay like working in recovery, like because like I work with like so many different organizations, you know what I mean? Like that's like
Mhm.
kind of like accountability to me, you know what I'm saying? Because like I can't be out here like going and like messing up because like I'm
Right.
always like in like I'm there's three organizations that I work with. So it's like
Yes.
I'm always, you know what I mean? Like even though like my specific job isn't in recovery, like if that's my own business, but like
Right.
everything else that I do like is, you know? So
Yeah,
that's like accountability.
do we really trust ourselves not to be surrounded with recovery? I mean, I don't think I would trust myself. Although I don't live around, I moved away from my old stomping ground.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know if y'all live. I know Jamie says she doesn't live next to her stomping grounds. Do you
Mm-mm.
guys live into y'all's little bad spot, if you will?
I live like 30 minutes away.
Yeah,
I got
I could drive
so
into it, but thank God
right.
I'm strong.
Yeah,
So
we can all drive into it, right? Drive right into it.
you're away from those, so you can make
I
that
can
choice
drive
to go leave.
into it, but
Ab-
whew,
Absolutely.
Uh, I got
you drive out
when it
of
happened.
it.
Yeah,
Hallelujah. Whew.
no doubt.
So I
Proud
got
of y'all.
happen, and I was
Shit.
living in an apartment with 5 other adults that were still using.
Oh, fuck. Excuse my language.
Like I wanted it so bad that I was still around people that were using my
Oh my
DO and
gosh.
other ones, and I still chose to stay sober. But
Good
I
for
had the
you.
Mm.
opportunity to move.
Yeah, I was gonna say for how long though?
The thing, so I
Yeah.
sober on February 27th, and then April 4th, I moved to the town that I'm in now, and
Uh
I've been
huh.
here. I'm 5 hours away.
Oh,
Um,
good.
I gotta
I
say, like I've been to like a pool hall and seen a couple girls get like wasted, totally wasted, wanting to fight people, just
God.
straight up who
no,
I used to be. And I just watched them.
Right. You're
Damn,
like,
I'm
oh
so
my
glad I'm not that person no more,
God.
I can't. That's the only thing that I'm
Like,
worried.
God, that's me. Like, dang. Like, I would be
oh, I know,
embarrassed,
right?
like, because that used to be
Hmm.
me.
Yes.
And it's annoying, right? To be
They
around
be
people that.
strong.
Mortif-
They be strong.
Yes.
mortifying for me.
Oh, and
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you, you get to see why people didn't want you around their asses. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't see why you get
Mm-hmm.
Right.
my ass out.
You're like, oh my God.
and I can sympathize with them and be okay with them being that way, but I can remove myself from the situation.
Mm-hmm.
See you later, sayonara. Jamie, that's one
Absolutely.
that I love about Jared, and it was always something that we talked about, is he never liked alcohol.
Yeah.
Like he's ever like, oh babe, I'm gonna go pick up a 6-pack, whatever. Like there's no alcohol in the house.
Yeah, my man's that way too. I never heard him say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a 6-pack."
Yeah,
I'd be like, "What the?"
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't want to just go to the bar and hang out. He
Yeah,
told me he's not ordering alcohol and stuff like that. So that really helps me. And then even when
yeah,
we're in situations where we're around alcohol, he's the person that I focus on because
Right.
I'm not going to be drinking too. And
yeah, because you're not trying to hustle your next shot. That was how I was.
it's nice to have that, that extra
Yeah.
support.
Yeah, for sure. I know, like Athens, this is like a college town, right? So we have
Hmm.
like, there's lots of like bars and stuff like that. But like going downtown is just like crazy. I mean, it's just crazy out there. All these like, you see like young girls and they are so trashed, and you're just like, wonder where she's gonna end up in, in the morning, if
Right.
she's gonna remember where she,
Yeah. Oh, I bet she's gonna feel like shit tomorrow. That's what I do when I see people. I do these these big
Uh,
fancy weddings, and these people. Some of these people get tore up. Free alcohol, and I find myself going, they're gonna feel like shit tomorrow. They're gonna feel like shit tomorrow. Have
hmm
fun, y'all, because you're gonna feel like shit tomorrow.
there's
yeah.
a lady on TikTok. I think her name is Abby, Abbey. She's a recovering alcoholic and she bartends full time. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea how she does it, and it's just mind blowing to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it was really wild to me when I had like when I had my surgery, my tummy tuck surgery, and I had to like take pain pills, which was like my drug of choice, you know what I mean? But like I don't know, it was just like I had I got a little squirrely, on them like at the end, but I mean, I still had like the choice, Am I gonna try to order pain pills from Canada, or am I gonna do something different? you know? So that was like really challenging for me. But like
I bet
I
that
don't
tummy tuck hurt, huh? Did that hurt?
yes. It was worse than a C section.
Is it worth it?
Yeah. Was it worth it? After like the sixth day. Yeah. For the
Damn.
first 5 days, no. The first 5 days I was like, what did I
But I
do?
mean, the results were worth it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm worried about the like finding a good doctor where I don't
Mm-hmm.
I want to get one.
that kitty cat butthole as my belly button.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, and I'll tell you something that my weight has fluctuated a little bit. So I've just recently lost 10 pounds, but I was up like 15 pounds. And my belly button was like it was about to flip upside down because like it was
Oh
pushing
my
out because my belly
God.
because I gained weight, and like it was
Uh,
so tight on like my scars and stuff. So it's
Neither though.
oh gosh.
At all that
Jamie,
you're
I've
gonna
seen your stomach is flawless. Okay?
oh, but like did it scare you at all that you were gonna mess anything up or have any complications?
um I was real prayerful about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I had the communication, like, you know what I mean, between me and God. Like I had prayed about getting one for like 2 years, and I asked the Lord, and He told me I could get it, and I got financially blessed so that I could, like, outside of anything, so that I was able to pay for it. And I wrote up the wellness recovery action plan. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. These are my accountability people and all that. You know what I mean? So,
I
I mean,
told
you did what?
Went for
I
it.
Jared I either want a tummy tuck or lip injections, and he won't let me get lip injections. So I'm working on my credit so I can get a
I
loan.
get lip injections.
He says they're big enough. So I'm building my credit. I want to build credit where I can buy a house, even though I don't have house money.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to be approved for a loan and do some sort of cosmetic surgery for myself. You know, like when I was on Suboxone, I was a size 9. I got off Suboxone, I'm a size 21 now. Like I'm 250 pounds. I went from 165 to 250. Like I put on almost 100 pounds.
Since you got off the Suboxone?
Yeah.
I hear that does mess with weight, either like getting on it or coming off it or something like that. Have you tried like the shot at all?
I was
Semaglutide.
I was thinking about doing that. The Ozempic, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, or like semaglutide.
I was thinking about doing that. I hear some like bad things, but it also could be like 3 months after I got off the Suboxone, I went on mental health meds.
Okay, yep.
I went on Prozac first, and that makes you crave carbs,
Mm-hmm.
and your body doesn't digest it the same way. So, but I started going to the gym at one point too. But like, I can't be mad at myself for being this way because I'm doing nothing to counteract it, except drink now as water. I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda. I drink nothing but water.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing
Just walk. You need to walk.
I walk to and from work because I don't have a license.
Yeah.
But
that's the best thing for you.
Yeah. Yeah, the shot is good. I used the shot before.
I'm about to get on the shot.
Yeah, and when I had gained that 15 pounds, it was like so painful. That's how I lost it, is like the shot. And I didn't need to be on it for a long time because let me tell you, that thing is potent. It works.
Yeah, I heard.
I was talking to another creator about it because I was telling her, like, I was watching a video of hers and I thought I had overactive bladder, but I actually think I'm diabetic. Because like, drink a whole one of these every hour and I still feel thirsty.
Really? Yeah, you might need to get checked if you're drinking that much water in your. But you know what? Also, that Prozac, I know makes you thirsty.
So I'm not on Prozac anymore.
You're not anymore?
Yep, I'm on my 3rd antidepressant medication.
That's probably what's making you thirsty is the medication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But you could be diabetic too, and you need to check your hormones too.
I want to go get everything checked out, and I have a new doctor. He was kind of rude to me, and then I went in there with Jared. Jared got his primary, and now he's been different with me. So now I feel more comfortable bringing up concerns and stuff like that. So I go back. I have an appointment with him in July, the beginning of July, and that's when I'm going to bring up some stuff to him and try and get the ball rolling on other things. But it's just so hard to bring it up, you know, because like from all the years of using, I didn't go see the doctor. I didn't want to bring stuff up to my doctor. So now, like, being comfortable enough, you know, and I've never told him that I'm in recovery. There, you know, there's no need to tell him. So like, I'm worried about doing something where I do have to tell him. Not that I'm ashamed of it. I'm just worried about him looking at me different.
Stigmatizing you. Yeah. Because there is a lot of stigma with different doctors. And I mean, yeah, because I don't even, you know, the only time like it comes up for me or like I feel weird, actually did a sermon on this last week, is when I have to go get my blood drawn because I have my scars, you know, in my arms.
But oh my god.
Yeah, but other than that, like,
do they say anything? Like, why do you have these scars?
No, they don't say anything. But I mean, I feel like they probably know, right? Or you know,
yeah, probably so.
Yeah,
as this doctor will give you your medical card. Like, he is a doctor that you go to and you can get your, you know, your THC card. You can get your medical card, your medicinal card. So it's like, I don't know why I feel weird. And I purposely chose him for that reason. You know, he supports that. So
right. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people that that do medical marijuana, that do look. Athens recovery is very diverse out here. Because the whole state is Georgia Council on Substance Abuse, so it is multiple pathways of recovery. Nobody's recovery looks the same, and like so, a lot of people do a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Like nobody shames anybody for if you're on Adderall or if you, you know, I know a lot of people who moderately drink. I know a lot of people who use kratom.
Exactly.
I know a lot of people who use like do harm reduction. Like I'm not talking about like the just the medication, but like they like and that's like acceptable here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody like shames anybody on it. We're just like you know what I mean? If you're functioning, we're looking at it at the definition of addiction. The definition of
Well,
addiction
if
is
you're in recovery,
yes, continued use despite negative consequences, right? So are you
right,
working a full-time job? Are you getting arrested? Are you maintaining? Are you still like being a productive member of society? You know what I mean? Like it's really like, if those things start getting affected, then that's the thing. Of course, like people in early recovery, we want them to be as
right,
close to, getting detoxing all that stuff out of your system and just working on your inner healing. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's really
exactly.
important. But
I
I
had
mean, we don't want people to die, you know?
I had to talk
Right.
to about that the other day when we had went to the fentanyl rally in Buffalo when David was up here. The
Wow.
that runs Devontae's message of WNY. I told her, I'm like, listen, like we're not out here trying to force people to stop. We're bringing awareness and reducing the harm. Keep using. Be more knowledgeable about it, though, please.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Exactly.
knowledgeable about what you're using, how you're using, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
All we want to help, people that are in, still in addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Want to get sober and you want to go somewhere, or you want to do outpatient, or you want somebody to help you. Amazing. But we also want you to be knowledgeable while you are still actively using. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
more may sound weird, but like I think that's more important than helping somebody get sober
Yeah,
Yes.
is to prevent somebody
definitely.
from passing away.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
You know,
Yes, exactly, exactly. And just like I feel like there's so much religion in recovery, especially in like, and I'm not knocking it because I'm a 12-step baby, but in the 12-step
Yeah,
rooms, there's so much religion and like things
yeah.
put around like, oh, if you take, oh, you're on mental health medication, that's a relapse. You know what I mean? And it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah. I
no.
know. I do 12 steps too, but there's a lot of stuff at 12 steps that I don't do, and I just kind of do my own thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I got my own relationship with my higher power, and it might work for y'all, or it doesn't really matter what works for you. It's what's worked for me. It is a we program, and of course I take what y'all do, and I'm watching everything. But what I do and what you do is different.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beautiful
like
thing about recovery. There's nothing boring about recovery, right?
Right.
little Wayne saw
Right.
not talking about addiction, he's just talking about people. And he said we all live in the same building but have different views.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And that's fine.
Amen.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Rita says, see, dead people don't recover. It's a stepping stone.
Oh,
Um, Recovery today is different from recovery back in the 1940s. Tools available we should take advantage of that was not available back then.
yeah.
Yep, definitely. And I
That's
don't
right.
shame nobody for their pathway. Like, I don't care what you like. I'm more focused on like, let's work on healing trauma. Let's work on your relationship with your higher power. Let's work on your self confidence. Let's work on some goals. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
I feel like the more you start living this life where you're happy and joyful and surrounded with good people and you're getting rid of
Right.
that toxicity inside of you, you're going to want to do what's healthy for you,
Yeah.
Right.
right? In the end. So,
It's ultimately leading by example. You've got when you get into recovery. I didn't know it. I didn't know when I got into recovery that I was going to start leading by example. I had no idea. But then once you get in there and you see people that are coming in after you, and you're following the people. I used to never want to follow anybody. I'm a follower now, and you see these people that have 20 years and things like that, and you're like, wow. So then you have another person that's coming in. They have 90 days, and I'm only at 3 years and 8 months, and I'm like, wow. I need to lead by example for her because that's what they did for me.
Yeah.
You
mhm.
know, the trickle effect. I love it. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
consistently with somebody in my town. She'd come into my job multiple times a day, and buy alcohol and stuff like that. And I'm very open about being in recovery. She called my job last week and was
Shit.
trying to look for me, gave somebody else, the person that answered the phone, gave her phone number. She texted it to me, and I was busy at the time, so I didn't reach right back out to her. She called again. And my other coworker called me and was like, listen, she's calling you. Like, she needs to talk to you. She's really upset. She's crying. I can't really understand her. But she wants you to pick her up and bring her to AA.
Oh.
I heard that. I went. I picked her up. I dropped her off at the AA.
Yay.
And, like, that was a reminder of, like, that desperation.
Mm-hmm.
Finding myself of how desperate I was, too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And it was just like that reminder of where I started, but it was also really nice to be able to help a stranger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
Mm-hmm.
you.
And what a reminder of why you speak out.
Yeah.
Amen. Right.
Yeah.
Because if she didn't know to call me, she obviously
Right.
had nobody. So I'm glad I'm able to be there for her in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I haven't
you had
seen
the
her since, which means she's not drinking.
yeah, you had the opportunity. I mean, it could have been because of your testimony that it saved her life. So Lloyd says religion and recovery is another huge issue for me because it seems like some people in recovery are trading recovery for acceptance of Jesus, which is where the concepts of developing a higher power, if your beliefs in a God of your understanding differs from others. I mean, I think everybody's free to have their own, whatever works for them, I don't try to like sway anybody, but when I said religion and recovery, I wasn't talking about religion as in like Jesus. I was talking about religion as in like the pharisaical views of like where people at the 12-step meeting shame people if they use medication or if
Right.
they you know what I mean, things like that. Like I just there was like something that happened a long time ago, besides the fact that my training in Georgia Council is completely against that. Like there was a girl that I knew, and I did not know she was on medication. She had been on medication for a year. She was a superstar in the recovery world, and I had no idea she was on medication because she wasn't allowed to be open about it because there was such a
Right.
stigma in the 12-step rooms.
Right.
But she went to the 12-step room to get a sponsor, and the girl told her, go get clean first and then I'll
Oh yeah.
sponsor you. And the girl went out
Yeah.
and tried to kill herself.
Oh shit.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? And that for
Yeah.
me, like, changed my whole view
Yes.
on like 12 step, like altogether. I don't even like how they say that word, like, oh, you're clean, you're not clean. No, you're clean
Right.
all the time.
You're not
Yeah.
So I don't think like it makes me, I feel like there's so much like we need to change the language around that. So you know what I mean? To not be like, I mean, I know it's like cliche because it's what we were brought up with. So it's hard for us not to say it, right?
Right.
I say it
Right.
too. But it's like, but then when I hear some people say it when they're down on themselves, like, oh, I'm not clean. I'm like, you're not dirty. Like
Yeah.
don't say that.
Right.
So just like the language around it and stuff, and like the religion as in like, religion is like about works, and like spirituality is about like relationships. So it's like I feel like the religion in 12 step is like, oh well, I'm picking up my 3-year chip, so I'm higher than you because you're only picking up a 90-day chip. You know what I mean? Like it's this like
Yeah.
idolatry and like religion, like it's like a religious spirit is like what I call it. Like, oh, you have to do it this way or you don't belong to our fellowship. You know what I'm saying? Like things
Yeah.
like just things like that, which is very old school. Like now I feel like the fellowships are much more open and more,
Right. They
like they
are.
say, yeah, like they say, like I
Mhm.
know, like there's a couple meetings out here. If you go to an NA meeting and you
Yeah.
say
You don't say
sober,
addict.
yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah,
don't.
you say something
Because
like
I always
that.
say grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict. And I've been where they say don't say that, and I say it anyway because I'm going to say what
Mm-hmm.
I want. And I've had looks at me, but that's just the way I am. Alcohol was definitely the gateway. So I don't drink, so I don't do drugs anymore. I guarantee if I
Mm-hmm.
drank, I would want to do
Got to
mine.
say.
I called myself Tabitha from Bewitched. I would drink, my nose would start twitching. That's just the way it was.
I
It
experienced
was terrible.
when I brought that lady to the meeting because I have Narcan in the vehicle. I know I said a little while ago I can't drive, but I do sometimes when it's important. Um, I had Narcan in the car, and I grabbed the box to bring it inside to hand it to the people inside. I was
Uh-huh.
told
You were what?
I was told to get out.
Because you brought
Oh, really?
Narcan.
Yes, because they don't
Oh,
believe
yeah.
that's not
Hmm.
AA.
Yeah.
I walked out.
That's what I'm talking about.
I ran. I
That.
walked out running my mouth so bad,
Yeah.
and it was the old timers that told me. They were in like
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones that told me that's not AA. You need to leave.
Mm. Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah.
I said I'm a
Yeah.
recovering opiate addict and I'm a recovering alcoholic. You never know who's going to come in this room that may need that, but okay,
That's right.
because it's not AA, and I just ran my mouth the whole way out of the building because that
Yeah.
just
Mm.
Good for you. Good for
it
you.
really bothered me.
Yeah. That's terrible. That's terrible.
If I know,
Mhm.
if I would have went upstairs to the pastor and asked him if I could leave some Narcan in the church, he would let me,
Yeah, of course.
But the old gentleman downstairs wouldn't let me because that's not AA.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Religion,
No.
The
Mhm.
Pharisaical religious spirits.
Mhm.
I just pulled one of these cards out of the bold box, Jamie. Can I ask you ladies this question?
Yeah.
Okay. What? It's so random. I looked at it. I was like, okay. So it's what is your favorite smell?
Mm.
Gardenia, maybe?
Some flowers. Yeah, I love lilacs.
Well, I like those too.
Yeah.
I like Ling Lang.
What's
Ooh,
that?
those are good too.
What are those?
It's like an essential oil.
Uh-huh.
Or they have it like different sprays, bathroom sprays
Smells
and like
good.
random Ling Lang. It's good. It's kind of like it's almost like a jasmine-y a little
I like
bit.
jasmine. I was going to say jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
I like honeysuckle too. Yeah. What about you,
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer?
Oh, that's a hard one for me. I like a lot about the Body Work stuff and Dove.
Oh,
I love men's deodorant. I don't know why men's
I don't
deodorant.
know.
yeah.
Men's deodorant.
Oh,
I
my
like a lot of
God.
I like hygiene.
Right.
I like fragrance.
You guys, before I forget, I don't know if you two ladies
No.
know that I have the women's recovery group on Facebook. It's called What Recover Girls Need in Recovery. Um, we've grown to about 37,000 women in less than 2 years. I get up every morning, 7 days a week. I go live. We're reading the Courage to Change book right now. So I'd love for y'all to come on. We do testimonial lives on Sunday. I would be honored if you guys would get back with me and let me know if y'all come on and do your story live. Jamie did hers and we did it. We need to do it again though because you kept glitching out. We need to do it through the StreamYard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Remember? And yeah, I just want to let y'all know I'd love to have y'all. We're all recovering from something. And I actually do a nighttime meditation too. I'm not as consistent at night as I am, but I never miss a morning. It's like clockwork. It's the showing up, the accountability, like Jamie was talking about. So I'd love to have you guys. I just want to let y'all know. I know we're getting past our time, but I wanted to let you
Yes,
girls know
yes.
that I'd love to have y'all.
Yes, and you got some merch in your
I'd
group
love to be
now.
there.
I do. I sell merchandise. I have a website. We give back to the women's shelter that saved my life. It's a place in Texas that runs solely on donations. And, I was there for 2 weeks and I stayed sober for 19 months. My DOC, people, places, and things, relapsed for a day and I went back to rehab, say 3 weeks, and here we are. 3 years and 8 months later. But the group is about 20 months, 21 months old. It's just it's a God given thing. I don't even, people ask me, well, how'd you, I've kind of blacked out that day when I started the group. I don't know. I started it and here we are.
Yeah.
So amen
Yep.
to that. But I just wanted to let y'all know to
Thank
please come
you.
join us. Come join us.
Yes. Ladies in the chat, make sure you join. And on the
Yes,
replay, make
ma'am.
sure you check out the group. Say it one more time. Say the name one more time.
It's called What Recover Girls Need in Recovery. And we're reborn, recharge, revive, reliving life. That's why I got my little sign. We're Recover Girls. And we've got merchandise and stuff like that. So hit me up if you're interested.
I
Jamie, I need to send
just
you a shirt so you can represent. So send me your address.
I will.
I'll get
I
that
will.
for you. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. I love y'all.
Yes, love you too. Well, we're at a little over our hour, so um if anybody unless anybody has anything else.
can I ask one more question?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
All right. So this one says, "What do you love about yourself, but worry others will struggle to accept?"
Ooh.
Say that again.
What do you love about yourself, but worry others will struggle to accept?
I'm going to answer before I forget what I'm going to say. I mean, I struggle with the confidence and the firecracker that I don't struggle with it, but I struggle with them having a problem with how much I do recover out loud and how much I do show up. And, some people probably like, I'm sure they probably unfollow. You know how you can unfollow somebody on say they probably get sick of seeing my stuff. I'm not saying, but I don't know if that for a fact. That could be my mind, you know, because us addicts, we think
That's
things that people are probably not even thinking. You know what I mean?
because
So
what
that's what I would say.
people struggle to accept. So yeah, it could be in your mind,
Yeah,
that you worry about. And
right. Thinking, oh, is she
Hmm.
full of shit, or she, how could she, no
yeah,
way, whatever.
especially because a lot of people don't think other people can change.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like I know, like, man, I don't really know. I
That's a good
guess,
question.
yeah, that's like a real thinker. Um, like I feel like some people don't understand like my relationship with God. That like I like know like God has me like where He wants to have me, and like that like I can trust like God. Like I don't know. I've had like some issues with like some people about like thinking that I should be like further along in things, or I should be doing things differently, or things like that. And it's like, no, like I know what God told me to do, because I do, a lot of stuff I do is like boots on the ground, and I be going out here and I'm not getting paid for shit. You know what I mean? Like I just, you know what I mean? And they're like, no, you need to do it this way, and you need to do it that way. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, no, like this is what the Lord's telling me to do, and like He's gonna take care of me, like as long as I'm like on the right pathway with Him. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
hear my Father's voice and I know what He tells me. You know what I mean? And if He wanted me to do something different, then He would tell me. You know.
Amen, sister.
So that's like one thing that like, especially because I deal a lot in like the church community. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that maybe like that's like one thing maybe.
Yeah,
I feel
makes
that.
complete sense. Jennifer, you look like you've been thinking over there.
Huh?
You look like you've been thinking over there. Do you have an answer for it?
Like, um, yeah. So, like, I think that I sometimes like I worry about how people feel about what comes out of my mouth, but I love what comes out of my mouth.
Yeah,
It's weird.
exactly.
Like, like, um,
As long as you
I like how I'm just loud and blunt, and sometimes too blunt.
She's no filter.
Huh?
That's how I fell in love with her.
I'm honest.
The challenge, the other side says we are right where we need to be.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, we are.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it lets me tap the comment and choose to put it on stage, but it won't pop on the screen.
Oh.
I was
It is.
fidgeting with it before.
I know. I wonder if I could like give somebody else the thing, the power, the comment power.
Guys, StreamYard because he has like one of those like
Yeah, Jamie
I
hates that
We'll
job.
definitely have to do this again. This was fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we'll schedule something. I'll send you guys a message, and Laura, I'll send you my address so I can get my merchandise. And
Okay. Okay.
Brianna, let me know when we're doing game night again.
That sounds good. I had fun,
Yes,
y'all. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Jamie, for
yes.
getting us
I
together.
like
Love
it.
you, girls.
Love you too. All
everybody.
right,
Mm.
I
All
Nice
will.
right. Good
meeting
night,
y'all. Love
guys.
you.
Bye.
Good night. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Good night.
Mhm.